Fuck, it's hard to keep a straight face and you're staring at the camera.
G'day, viewers.
Hello, everyone. What do we got here, arsehole?
This is Aches and Pains by Nonna's Kitchen. Band of the week. I think they're from Melbourne, someone said. So
I love Nonna's Kitchen. Shout out to Melbourne.
once again, I've added them to the list of potential Band of the Week participants and not written down the backstory.
Yes.
Usually when people submit them, it's like, oh, you should get around these guys. They're, a young group of guys from Melbourne on the up and coming. It's like, yeah, sweet, add to the list. But now I can't tell you anything about them. So maybe Google it.
Yeah, I don't know. Do your own research on that one, people. But this is on the Piss with Klutz and Das, final episode of the year.
We are the Bloody Brilliant Beers podcast. We started off reviewing beers on Facebook, and now we bring you all the chats that you'd more than likely hear in the front bar of your local. And we're coming to you from our local,
The Caxton
the
Hotel.
mighty Caxton Hotel.
It's the best fucking pub in the country,
Fucking
in the world.
oath. One of the bar staff downstairs actually just mentioned that there was a gentleman here during the week who said he didn't even know about this pub but came here because he heard about it on the podcast.
Yep.
And he also only listens to it on Spotify or whatever, so has no idea what we look like, but listens to it every week. So it's kind of weird to think
Shout
about.
out to that bloke. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's spectacular.
Shout out to the Caxton.
Shout out to the Caxton.
How
Thanks
are you,
for having
mate?
us. I'm good. Holiday mode.
Well and truly
Tell
engaged.
you what, I've done sweet fuck all.
Same,
Like
mate.
I've done a lot, but I've
But
done
not
fuck
like
all.
nothing productive, basically.
Yeah.
Which is where you want to be in holiday season.
Sunk a fair bit of piss.
Unproductive.
Yeah.
I'm getting very unproductive from now until the 9th of Jan, let me tell you that right now.
Fucking oath, dude. It's it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. But Chrissy's good. Breaking up from work, great. It was just fucking awesome. It's been a good little couple of
This
days.
will be your first year, like holidays after full-time work for the year, correct? Or were you plumbing?
Last year I had plumbing. Last year I went down to Tassie.
That's right.
Actually, we're recording on the 27th. So it's exactly a year since I went to Tassie.
There you go.
Which is fucked.
It is fucked. Plenty of stories came out of that trip.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so this time we're off to Woodgate tomorrow.
Yeah. Not me, but
yeah,
some stage
go
I'll
up
be
at
there.
some
Yeah.
point. But yeah, I'm fucking keen as up there for a week. But no, it's been a good little relaxing time. Got to get off work a little bit earlier. We smashed out work during the week last week, and I've just been fucking ripping and tearing. Singing a
the way,
fair
mate.
amount of piss and just enjoying it.
Just on getting unproductive. So this is obviously the Friday pod's coming out. If you're listening, it'll be the 30th of December. We are taking a week off, so we won't be recording next week. So there won't be a podcast on the 4th, 5th or 6th of January. But we will be back
the week after.
the week after. And I think we're changing up the days, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. So it looks like we're going to
Monday,
do
Wednesday, Thursday?
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, I believe.
Yeah. So Monday the 10th of Jan
will
be the next podcast.
I think we haven't exactly settled on it, but I think it'll be Blowing the Froth Off will come out on a Monday.
Yep.
The regular Friday pod on the Piss will come out on a Wednesday, and then the Sports pod will come out on a Thursday. So, yeah, we just figured, I don't know, we could be more up to date with the sports and then we'll come in and record a bit more.
We'll record the sports pod the day before. So at the moment, we're recording on a Monday and putting it out on a Thursday.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that happens in between those days. So we're going to try and change it up a little bit. And we did a poll in Frothies and everyone was keen for a podcast to be dropping on the Monday. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting from the 10th of Jan.
Yeah.
So technically we won't have that long off, really.
Nah, not really.
Not really at all.
Fuck, no.
But I'm pretty keen to get unproductive.
Yeah, I agree.
How's the last few days been, mate?
It's been great. Christmas Eve, I believe I did something, but I forgot what I did.
Nice. It's always the way.
So that's
That's been a
literally
staple
what
for
the
you this
holidays-
year, actually.
Yeah, actually, dude.
I did something on Friday, but I can't remember what it was.
So Christmas Eve was Saturday.
Usually followed up by, I remember what it was now, and it's a 5-minute story about nothing.
Yeah. So I actually can't remember what I did. I think I just cooked a nice dinner for Caitlin.
Yeah, very nice.
Did some shit around the house. Baked salmon, one of the great things you can cook. It was so fucking simple.
I've had a lot of salmon, yeah.
Butter, lemon, bit of parsley.
How about our
So
friend,
good,
the Mayo Masturbator, and his endeavours with
Oh,
the pig?
no. So I did get invited around for Christmas. Well, we all got invited around Christmas Eve to go to the Mayo Masturbator's house. And he bought a 22 kilo pig to put on a rotisserie that he bought.
Huge pig.
And the initial message was, it went great. And then he's messaged and gone, I fucked up. Cost him a couple of $100. apparently he didn't have many coals on.
He was so keen for it too.
Yeah, so it was his first crack at a pig. So I think he'll be back, but it might take a little while.
Knowing him, he'll be back for sure.
But reports were there was flames at least 2 meters high from the barbecue because once he put the extra coals on and the fat hit it, shit just went haywire, and the barbecue was underneath his deck, so we had to quickly fucking like push the barbecue out to the backyard.
It literally resembled that brown cardigan.
The
if you haven't seen
yeah.
it, the brown cardigan video that's been going around of someone's pig just on fire.
He reckons he had to douse it in fucking water and to get it out.
I wasn't sure if he was, because I was watching it in the group chat. I wasn't sure if he was being legitimate or like it was a joke.
It sounds like it's quite legitimate.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate, but
you get that on the big jobs.
Yeah. Maybe a good thing I wasn't there. Maybe a bad thing. It would have been great. Would have been great to see.
Yeah,
but
we do want to get the main mastivator on the podcast next year at some stage.
Remain anonymous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did that, and then Christmas Day it was awesome. Went out to my nan's farm, so got to see some cousins I hadn't seen in a while. My oldest cousin Maddie. Shout out to him. I think he's apprentice listen, so I forgot what your name was, bro. I got a little bit blind. But, yeah, from Ipswich. He's a mechanic out that way. So
shouting you out.
Shouting us out, yeah, thank you. But, yeah, my cousin had a kid recently, so I met that for the first time.
Met that.
Yeah, met her. Sorry.
Met it.
Oh, bro, tell you what, it was real like, my mum, it was funny, I was actually rocking in and I walked up the back steps with Dad, took the esky out the back on the veranda. My cousins are sitting out there with one of my uncles just sinking piss. And their mum walks inside. My cousin Kyle, he just goes, "Fuck, paparazzi's here. Walk out, cunt." His mum always just cracks the phone out, taking photos all the time. But everyone wanted photos with the kid this year. So
of course.
Little Kaylee, before we left, Mum was like, "Quick, you haven't had a photo yet." She just like threw this kid at me basically. And I was like,
Mums loves photos. Mums love photos in general.
They do.
It's out of control.
As she said, you'll get older and you'll probably appreciate having them. So, but at the time, it can be a bit frustrating.
What, photos or kids?
Oh, a bit of both. Can't talk about one.
Yeah.
Haven't had experience.
No, definitely not. Have been what's the word? Having a huge mental blank.
No, this is very last year of the pod vibes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Just fucking
what's it when you're something bad happens and you're like I can't think.
Antagonist.
You're subject to being in a photo.
Oh yeah, like a criminal.
Yes. Anyway,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Moving on. Tell you what, I said to Darcy the other day, I was like, "Fuck me, catching up with Mum's side of the family is always hilarious.
Yeah.
Like just stories that come from them. They're just fucking wild." My uncle kept referring to, so my cousin, his partner has 2 kids from a previous relationship. And my uncle kept calling them the Tomato Brothers. And I was like, why the fuck are you calling them the Tomato Brothers? Like,
how old are they?
I think they're 12 and 10 or something like that.
Old enough to know better.
Old enough to know better, yeah. And then, like, "Oi, Melanet, tell fucking Josh why they're called Tomato Brothers." And my cousin's like, "Oh, well, Fraser trip last year, put my back out, had a few days off work, so I was just around the house. And I see one of the boys with a mop. And he just like didn't say anything, quietly went away with his mop. I was like, fuck, what's going on here? They never clean up like that. So I walk into the room, and he's mopping the floor. Then he gets the mop and starts mopping the roof. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And they're just like looking
Mopping
around.
the roof is so hard. I don't know if you've ever tried it. We had a mold problem this year and fuck, it was
fuck that
shit
dude.
house, yeah.
So he's got the mop up there and he's trying to fucking mop the roof. And my cousin looks around and there's just red shit everywhere.
Scene of a crime.
Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck have you guys done?" And they're just standing there like quietly. And then he has a look. There's a fucking 2-litre tomato sauce bottle. He goes, "What the hell's all this?" Like, "Oh, we wanted to see what would happen when you threw a 2-litre tomato sauce bottle at the fan." So they've just lugged this thing up there and it's fucking spurted all over the room. And then there was something on and my cousin was like, "Fuck, all right, we'll clean it up." Goes to turn off the PowerPoint, got electrocuted because tomato sauce had got into the fucking PowerPoint. I was like, "Oh my God." And then it was funny as, man, we're sitting there and then we're like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" Then a couple of minutes later, it got brought up again. And my uncle Uncle Bob, he's like, "Fuck me, I'm 49 years old. I'll tell you what, I'd fucking like to see what 2 litres of tomato sauce would do if it hit a fan."
It's a fair point.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay, we can't really roast them. I'd love to see that as well. So, yeah, it's funny as fuck.
Surely they took some photos. We need to try and track down some
it'd be
any
good.
footage or anything.
It would be fucking spectacular to see that. But, yeah, no, another one. Fuck, this is a bit crook, actually. It's not a bad crook, but I just find it crook. Big piss drinkers, that side of the family.
Yeah.
And our pop passed away last year, and we were...
This year or last year?
This one passed away last year.
Oh,
Mum's.
other side.
Yeah, other side. Yeah, Dad's passed away this year, so we've lost both of them. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But bloody, my cousin, we're trading stories about, remember when he used to sink a lot of piss on Christmas Day and blah, blah, blah. And they were talking about my pop and how he used to take my cousins around because he had an earth moving business that did a lot of stuff out west. And the stories about how my cousin, if he didn't tell Nana that they went to the pub, or how long they were at the pub for, he'd get different amounts of packets of chips. He said they'd be in different little like country towns and they'd just like do a tour of the pubs on the way back home.
So your Nana's way of finding out if her husband had been at the pub was to get...
She used to try and get it out of my cousin.
Yeah, by
But
bribing him with
Poppy would be
packets
like,
of chips.
but Poppy would be like, tell her how long we were? No. And he goes, oh, that's another packet of chips. Apparently the kids weren't allowed in the pub either, so my cousin was just fucking sitting on the front steps.
So
he's fucking eating chips.
He's missing out on packets of chips from your Nana. Because
No, my Nana would never do that. But my Nana wouldn't give the chips. My pop would bribe him with packets of chips to not say anything.
Okay, I see.
So that was pretty funny. But we're also talking about, someone was about to crack a beer and it was warm. And they were like, I've got to wait for it to get colder. They're like, oh, Pop never waited. And I was like, sorry, what? Like, yeah. He'd always he'd be driving around the farm, just checking out cattle and shit. And he'd be like, grab us a gold out of the back. And he'd reach over and there'd be a six-pack there, warm. And he'd just drink it. He's like, it's the best way to have a beer is warm. I was like, holy shit.
I'm sorry. I love you, Pop. I love you, Pop, but that is fucked up.
You start hearing that sort of shit and you're like, fuck. You start putting things together and you're like, now I know why I'm sort of the way I am.
That's Pop probably didn't realise, but things that he's instilled into the family set of values has led to you becoming Australia's most ordinary rig of 2022.
It really has.
We
So we've got
to
thank you for it.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Bernard.
Plenty of warm beers went into the making of this rig.
Fucking oath. So, look, I didn't like hearing that he drank warm beers. That's pretty fucked. But I don't know, someone's got to do it, I suppose.
We drank a few cold ones yesterday, didn't we?
Fucking oath.
Boxing Day. Was that your first Boxing Day watching the cricket on the piss?
For a long time, yes.
Yeah.
I reckon
Jesus,
for
glorious.
almost 10 years.
Clutzy and I went over to my dad's place.
That was fun.
My dad always said he bought this house, it was a while ago now, 5-6 years ago. And he always said he was going to knock it over and build a new one or renovate it, blah, blah, blah. But he's gotten to the stage where he essentially just can't be fucked. So instead of doing that, he just put a massive patio on out the back with a huge TV on the wall. And he's like, that's all I need. So we just parked up there yesterday from 11 a.m. till when? When did we leave? 7?
About 7.
Yeah. Not that late, but we fucking got stuck in for those 8 hours.
It's funny, we'd had a few beers and I was like, because I had to go see my missus later. We were meant to go out to dinner, but Zero Fox was closed.
A few beers, yeah.
Fuck. And I was like, oh, well, I think Das was going to go somewhere around 4, which never ended up happening.
Which, plans fell through,
But my original plan was I'd just go home, have a sleep for a few hours and then Uber back and head over to Caitlin's.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, well, yeah. I was like, oh, fuck, I have a couple more beers. Probably won't happen now. And then Das was like, yeah, let's have one more, then we'll head off. He goes, holy fuck, we can't go after one. What do you mean? He's like, there's only fucking 2 beers left each. We've gone through a whole fucking case. Better finish it.
It was a block. It wasn't a case.
It wasn't a case. It was a fucking block, 30 block. But
and a 4-pack of seltzers.
So easy to just sit there.
They were going down like legitimate water. It was fucked. It was such a glorious day. We did nothing.
Awesome. Yeah,
I'd hate to see my step count from yesterday. In fact, I might pull it up.
Yeah, I'd like to have a look at that.
I actually had a pretty active morning before that, but
I didn't.
My phone's just bricked itself. From the hours of 11 a.m. till bedtime, basically, it would. I legitimately was just texting my girlfriend just then about something. Yours is fucked.
1,461 steps all of yesterday. Mate, I've eclipsed it today and it's fucking 1 p.m.
Yeah. I did heaps, but from the hours of 11, 286, 200s, what's that? 486, 185. So yeah, I'm.
That is so fun.
My most amount of steps per hour from 11 a.m. through to the end of the day was between 4 and 5, and I did 300. So
Jesus Christ.
Not much was done, but we had a great day. What is it?
Oh my God, dude, there was an hour where I didn't get up.
Has an hour of nothing.
From 12 till 1, 8 steps. 1 till 2.
Because I was getting most of the beers. Yeah. I was like, do another beer.
Look at this. You try and click on 1 till 2. Doesn't happen. Never 2 till 3. 9 steps.
So in that 3 hours, you had 17 steps.
Yeah.
You didn't even get up for a piss. Or maybe that was your 17.
From 11 till 4, I did 8, 17, 25, 49 steps.
In how many hours?
5.
That legitimately would have been you going for 2 pisses.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
Oh, but it was great. Something about watching the cricket on Boxing Day.
It was great. And
the sun was out.
What I loved was Dustin's old man had a couple of mates around.
Yeah.
Old 60-plus-year-old dribblers
when they get going.
Funniest bloke.
When they get going.
Holy shit.
Dad's mate, Dad brought out lunch. It was like prawns and ham and bread rolls and stuff, and it was fucking delicious. And Dad said to his mate, he's like, come on, you get up, have a feed. He's like, yeah, just need to get set up properly, and I'll need 2 wine glasses to do that. And he brought over a bottle of white wine, which he then poured for Dad and him. And then like an hour later, Clutzy and I were drinking golds. After however many golds we had, we broke it up by having a seltzer each. And Dad's like, oh, you blokes have got fucking no idea. You're drinking your fucking watermelon seltzer. I was like, mate, you just had a fucking Chardonnay with lunch. Grow up. Like, yeah, those in glass houses should not throw stones. But Jeezy's balcony's got a good setup. We actually had beers there the night before, and this is something I was gonna bring this up in the sports pod, but it's sort of we can still talk about it here.
Yeah.
So my little brother works down in Sydney, and he's up for the break, and he's got a friend who's French who is going to be spending Christmas on his own, so he got invited to our place we did Christmas Eve with him and then Christmas Day as well, which was awesome. He's a great bloke, Julian. And it was so funny. Christmas Day, like 6 o'clock, we'd all been on the piss for basically 2 days straight, and Dad, as I said, has got this huge TV out on his patio, and we're playing finger and stuff in the backyard, and we're trying to explain to him the gravity of like the Boxing Day test, which is starting the next day.
Yep.
And then somehow we got onto Shane Warne. We're like, so he's like the fucking best ever. Like the best ever.
Yep.
And Dad was blind as. It was so funny. He's like, the only bloke who's got more wickets than him actually has a throwing action. Dribbling about Mirror whatever. So essentially what happened was it led to us firing up the TV and getting YouTube up and watching Shane Warne highlights and trying to explain like this poor French dude was like, so he just like walks up and bowls slow, but is very good. Like, yeah. So that just spiraled from Shane Warne's top 50 wickets to like Mitchell Johnson's spell Ashes, against the Poms in the Ashes to Adam Gilchrist's 50 at the whacker, 100 at the whacker or 57 balls or whatever, into State of Origin highlights. Like, and it got me thinking, it's like, if there was an alien or someone from outer space who landed in Brisbane at your house and asked you about sport, what do you reckon the first 5 clips you would show him ever would be? Like sporting clips.
Peter Siddle's hat trick on his birthday.
We did that.
Mitchell Johnson.
Yep.
Probably Origin.
Any sport.
Origin Biffs.
Yeah, okay. We didn't do that. That's a great one though.
Tom Brady's comeback from 28-3 down in the Super Bowl to beat Atlanta.
Okay, I should have prefaced. We want like Australian sport.
Australian.
Like stuff that we get around.
Fuck that off.
Yeah.
Darren Lockyer's performance against the Eels when Denon Kemp scored 4 tries.
Yeah, in the corner after the buzzer. Corner. That's a great one.
And then... probably you would hate it, but the highlights of the Cowboys Broncos grand final.
Yeah, no, that got it wrong.
Maybe not even the highlights, but like the entire game.
Yeah,
because that's phenomenal.
Yeah, that did get a run. We it was pretty fun. I don't think he even gave a fuck. Like
maybe even Jeeps 2018 first grade final.
Oh, absolutely. If that's on YouTube, that should be number 1.
Fucking hell.
We did everything though. We showed him Buddy Franklin's 1000th goal.
Yeah, that's sick. That's
because as Queenslanders, we wouldn't like AFL sort of takes a backseat, but that's like you can tell when there's gravity about. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like we had to show that.
Yeah.
We showed heaps of shit. Origin. We showed a lot of Origin. No biffs, but it was so funny trying to explain the 2020 win when Munster just like had the game of his life.
Oh,
and we were like, so there's like a national comp, and then this is like the state that you come from, you play for it, and it's like a big deal. And this guy, like, because of COVID, won the premiership, and then usually Origin's mid-year, but it was at the end of the year, and he went on a bender, and then they dragged him out, and he went to camp, and everyone's like, this team sucks, they'll never win. And he's there just like, eyes glazing over, like, what the fuck are you talking about? And my whole family's like blind, trying to cue shit up on the TV to show him, like, oh, it's just one of the
Like,
great
after your dad's performance yesterday, all I could think about was
Noddy.
how Noddy too. All I could think about was, fuck, this French dude would have been into it.
Oh.
He would have been fucking just trying to decipher dribble.
He kept saying, you're speaking too fast.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm sorry.
Fuck.
But it was great.
So
it was great. And I encourage everyone, if you get on the piss over the break, to get involved and look at some great sporting highlights.
It is one of the good pastimes. Those young fellas out there who you might just be coming into, 18, 19, 20.
Yeah.
And starting to discover kick-ons.
Yeah.
One of the greatest things you can ever do is get Australian sporting highlights up for kick-ons.
Oh, fucking
it's fucking awesome.
And should we quickly just rattle off a list? Peter Siddle's hat-trick on his birthday. It's got to be in there.
Yep.
John Aloisi penalty to get Australia to the World Cup. Where else are we? Slipknot. Put a Slipknot live concert in there.
Slipknot live.
That usually gets people going.
And then, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls when it's in the rain. That is fucking sensational.
And then put on Origin Biffs, some sort of Origin Biffs compilation. But it's got to be the theme song's got to be, here comes the...
Boom.
Like every great Origin compilation ever.
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
It is a great pastime.
Fuck, we're going to have to set that up at Woodgate.
Oh, fuck.
Might have to bring a Google TV.
Well, maybe first pod back next year, we can share our like YouTube searches over the thing. I've got a spare Chromecast at home. If you remind me, I'll bring it up.
Yeah, sweet.
Is there Wi-Fi there?
Shit,
no.
We can make it Wi-Fi.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. It'll be fun as fuck. But how good is getting blind?
Yeah, getting unproductive.
That's all I can say. But fuck, we thought we'd do. Have you got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
We thought we'd do a little bit of a wrap. Well, first of all, thank you guys to everyone who's listening. It's been a fucking big year for us. I think we said it last year, but we just keep getting to different moments, and genuinely, it's like pinch yourself sort of shit. We started this, as we said, probably it's been about 3 years we've been doing this pod now.
Yeah, just over.
Come February, it'll be about 3 years. Yeah. We started the original review page 3 years ago on the second day, or on the eve of the first night of the test match against Pakistan. So that's how I remember it.
Yeah.
But
it's a good measuring stick.
Yeah, it is. Because I was fucking blind. But yeah, we've been doing this for almost 3 years now, just chatting shit on a podcast, and to get the support that we do is fucking phenomenal, and it's great that you guys tune in each week and listen. We genuinely appreciate the shit out of it.
And not only that, but do more than listen. Comment, like, share,
come to shit that we do.
Fucking oath. Buy merch. Like, get around it.
Get around
everything that we do. Yeah, get around the caco. Even getting around our sponsors and stuff. Like, it's fucking massive.
It's fucking awesome. Like, last year we had our first ever sponsor that was Nobby.
Yeah.
And to fucking see where we've come from and what we are now and who we've got, like, probably some of our biggest sponsors we've had this year: Lad Collective, Bloke, Vibe, Manscaped. It's just, we've had a lot of fucking people come on and support the pod. There's a number that I can't think of off the top of my head, which I feel like a shit cunt for, but we want to thank all them.
What do you mean number?
Like a number of sponsors that I can't think of off the top of my head that have jumped on board.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fucking awesome. We've got a pretty big year planned next year.
To put it in perspective as well, like, I had this written down in my notes at the start of the year, which was the goals for the podcast for this year. And the top one was 20,000 Instagram followers, which at the time seemed so fucked.
We were going to be happy if we got 10,000.
We wrote it and we were like, fuck, it's like, that's actually impossible. And I think at the moment we're about 99,000. So
get it up.
That's
98.9 thousand.
Yeah. We had a number of streams that we wanted to get by the end of the year, and we changed platform that we hosted on the 21st of July, and since then we've already surpassed that number.
Fuck.
So that's like in the back half of the year, we've already done more streams than we wanted to do for the whole year. And these goals weren't goals where it's like, oh, based on where we're at now, we should do this. It was like, fuck me, if we can get to that, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So a massive shout out to everyone who's gotten around it. Like, you actually don't know how much it means to us. It's pretty crazy. We did this for fucking 2 years basically before anyone was listening. And like, if we were looking back then, if someone had said to us, this is where you'll be by the end of 2022, we'd be like, fuck off, no way. There's
fuck
no
off,
chance.
Get on your bike, jog on, cunt. That's not going to happen.
And even just seeing like people seeing other people with a BBB hat on and fucking going up and saying, oh, I met this bloke at the pub because he had a hat on and blah, blah. It's fucking so crazy. And getting stopped for photos and shit like that, like, we actually love it. So thank you all so much for backing us. It's been a massive year. And next year I think is going to be one for the ages.
Fucking oath. It's... Looking back, like, we've got something in the pipeline for early next year that we'll probably talk about closer to then. But just having a look at a few things, like, fuck, we got Ordinary Rig, obviously. That was fucking...
Massive.
That was one of the best
weekend ever, yeah.
Free phones.
Yeah.
Free phones
didn't exist this time last year.
No, they didn't. We played our first ever game of golf. And
ludicrous.
Which is insane. But there's just all these different things that have happened, and it's fucking... Honestly, a lot of the reason why we've been able to do that stuff is because you guys have got around us.
Yeah, backing us and sharing it and talking about it and
it's fucked.
Just listening, basically.
Yeah, that's it.
It's pretty fucking cool. We're just two nobodies who sit at the pub and have a few beers and talk shit. So it's crazy that so many people are interested. So we thank you all so much.
It's the amount of particularly older blokes that say, "Oh, fuck, we could do that." So we'll go do it.
Fucking
cunt.
do it. Yeah.
Go do it, cunt.
My dad
probably
yesterday.
a lot, but Darcy's dad yesterday was going on about how many good stories they'd have and how they should do it. It's like, well, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because there's probably a lot more cunts that are way better at this than what we are, but they just don't
100%,
do it.
100%.
But thanks everyone once again for listening. It's fucking sick.
It's crazy, and we're looking forward to 2023.
Should be a huge year next year.
And as always, if you've got any sort of feedback, suggestions,
Yep.
stories, BBB Frothie's a Facebook group. Drop it in there.
Yep.
We try our best to keep on top of the Instagram inbox, but it's just so fucking, mate. Basically,
Yeah.
since the Sydney weekend, we've lost total control.
It's fucked.
One day we'll get back on top of it, but
If a few things happen, we might be able to get back on top of it.
that's it. That's it. We might have a bit more time to put towards it.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, if you want to get involved, BBB
BBB
Frothie's Facebook group is where it's at.
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
Did you have anything else, or should we just?
No, I reckon
before
we should
finish?
crack into this. Yeah, obviously we've been talking the last few weeks about the Frothie of the year. Now, as this is the last episode of the year, we're going to put a few nominations. I actually got on the piss big time with Bundy a few weeks back, and he was our initial Frothie of the year.
Won it last year. The first ever Frothie of the year.
And he's the one that came up with the rule that probably can't get it twice.
Yep.
So it's going to be an exclusive club. So there's going to be a new Frothie every year to get it. But he came up with, I think it's a great idea. We're going to put a poll out for you guys to nominate people.
But it's just hard.
It's
and
fucking
ugly.
hard.
Yeah.
So from now on, whoever wins the Frothie of the year, it is your responsibility at the end of the year to put forward 4 or 5 names.
However many you want, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like, don't want to leave anyone out.
People who you think have contributed, and then we'll put up a poll, and then it's out to you guys. Or up to you guys, to nominate and vote and select the Frothie of the year. So
we'll make sure we plaster this all over our Instagram stories and stuff and post on Facebook. So if you want to vote, just check it out. It'll probably be in the link in our bio. I haven't even thought of how I'm going to fucking do it yet, but we'll figure it out.
Survey Monkey.
Survey Monkey. Exactly. So without further ado,
what's his
the 4 nominees for this year, chosen by the Bundy Dribbler.
Yep.
The 2021 Frothie of the year.
Shout out to him.
And actually, before we get into it, do we want to do a hat again, or should we do something? We could do something different every year. Like, could it be a shirt? Could it be?
We could. I'm thinking maybe a hat would be sick because then we could get a collection of the hats.
Yeah.
Get together eventually.
Yeah, very true.
People.
Yeah. We should have done an
fucked.
annual lunch with the Frothie of the year, and then this year it's just us two and Charlie, and then next year. Well, maybe we can do it in the new year. Once we announce, after the first episode, we'll announce it, get the person his hat, their hat.
Try and organise
it. Hopefully they're in Brisbane. Anyway.
Fuck yeah.
So, Frothie of the Year nominations for 2022. The War Choppy Floppy.
Fucking oath.
Fucking
oath. Big shout out to the War Choppy Floppy. He's had a bit of a rough year. If people remember, if you've seen in the in the Frothies group, he fell off a fucking roof.
Yeah,
Just
nearly fucking killed himself.
Yeah,
basically.
just shattered himself, but
Yeah.
it hasn't stopped
He's
him.
bounced back.
He's
fucking bounced back.
fucking hilarious bloke.
He loves a call in the froth line. He loves a post in the Frothies group. So
Doesn't miss.
he's all about what BBB is about.
And I reckon the man could beat me in grease consumption. Seeing some of the shit that he can put away,
that is big.
it's impressive.
That's big because you ate a fuckload of prawns yesterday. I know that's technically not grease, but anyway.
Still.
This next nomination should come as no surprise to anyone. It's the Sheriff.
Fuck yeah, Sheriff.
Notable.
Sheriff's always great. Notable things that I remember from Sheriff this year. The story.
What's the story?
First of all, the RC.
The RC is so fucked.
That was fucking crook. I actually gagged, but it's
Basically,
hilarious.
drinking a bloke that's dripped through some other bloke's ass.
Yep. That was
disgusting.
Yeah.
We sent that to Denningham and he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but he loved it.
He did love it.
Did he not do a double RC?
He might have. I can't remember. Yeah.
If he hasn't, I'm sure it'll happen next year. Sheriff, I know you're listening. But also, remember how he did the story about the strawberry and cream? And it was like he'd read out something and then we had to choose.
Oh, yeah, like a Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventure.
That.
Yeah, that was fucking sick.
Need to bring more of that back.
Lot of effort. That's what we asked for as well.
Yeah, so
just getting involved.
But he's just a fucking legend.
The third out of 4 nominees, The Grub.
Yeah, the Grub's been good.
He needs no explanation. If you've been listening to the podcast, you know who the Grub is. And not just from this year. Last year as well, he's a front runner.
He was up there last year.
He's always been there or thereabouts.
Sheriff and Grub were both up there last year. So they've
deservedly
continued their work.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all we can ask for in the Frothies is just getting around everything we do.
The Grub probably, I would say, has the best delivery on the froth line out of anyone.
Yeah. Yeah,
so if you want to know how to do a proper froth line call, listen. I don't think we've ever not played a Grub call because they're just fucking on point all the time. You know what you're getting.
If you don't know what we're talking about, just go through our Instagram because he starts every call with the Grub here.
Yeah.
So you'll hear it. And the fourth and final nominee, Dave McKenzie.
Fucking oath, the official trotter of the
podcast.
He's gone the big lift this year. We've asked him to do a few different things for us as well.
Yeah. He started a few skits and videos and stuff.
Fucking ages away from Brisbane.
Yeah.
So massive lift from him. Very active on the page. He loves sinking piss at the Caco. And he also got his 50th win the other week. We've got shout out to that for 50th
Brilliant
win.
Art,
and it was on Brilliant Art as well. Yeah. So the man is one of the great trot riders of the country.
And he lives and breathes BBB. So what more could you ask for in the Frothie of the year? I think notable mention who didn't make the top 4. Maybe next year would be his year. Fireball Fritz.
I was going to say Fireball Fritz.
Yeah. And there's probably fucking heaps more out there that we're not even thinking of it. Gladstone Gamer. There's so many.
Could be controversial, I reckon. We might need to include the Frizz as a fifth option. Yeah.
He did help out in the videos and stuff. And he drove from the coast as well. Yeah, we're playing a power card. The Frizz is in.
Yeah, the Frizz is in as well.
The Frizz is in.
So we've got 5 nominations there of 5 blokes who have really contributed.
Really encapsulated bloody brilliant beers.
Which is something that we love.
Absolutely.
So we'll put up a poll or we'll get like a survey monkey. Survey monkey because it remains anonymous then.
Yeah, and you don't know the answers, like the results.
Yeah, so we probably should organise a hat then, huh?
Well, we can do the hat next year. Yeah. We can announce it and give them the hat later. Yeah, I'll talk to the people we need to talk to.
Yeah, so that'll be good.
That's probably it for 2022. What a year, mate.
It's been fucking awesome. Once again, thanks everyone.
Yeah, it's been so fucked up. Like, honestly, it's unbelievable.
Crazy.
People have been asking me, like family and friends catching up with, like, how's it going? And I tell them, they're like, are you serious? Like, how can that be? Like, I ask myself the same question all the time. It's crazy.
I was honestly, like, on Christmas Day, like, it sounds funny to say, but I was blown away because my cousins work out, or one of them works fair way out west, like Springshaw. Shout out to the bootstrap dribbler, who's out that way. But my cousin works all over fucking Western Queensland, and he has blokes come up and show him clips and go, "Have you seen this?" Yeah, he goes, "That's my cousin." Yeah, and to which they respond, "There's no fucking way that Klutz is your cousin because you're a short little red nut." But
show them a family tree, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So no, it's fucking incredible just to see people listening everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah,
so
it's phenomenal. And every time we do a merch drop or even a Power of the Pod, the Power of the Pod is so fucked. And we should probably actually end on that. If you're still listening and you haven't yet, please vote for us and the strawberry and cream sour.
We really need a big lift. We've got some stiff competition from Mountain Culture and fucking Better Beer.
So Better Beer going hard. Let's fucking show them how powerful our audience is, though.
If there's anyone listening that listens to the Alpha Blokes podcast as well, if you're voting for Better Beer, fucking vote for us as well.
Yeah, please.
Because you have to do 5 beers. So if you're going to vote for them, you got to vote for us as well.
Strawberries and cream sour, baby.
Fucking oath. It is the best sour in the country.
Yeah, and we will prove that once again.
Yep. Can't wait. So get us to number 1. It'll fucking be beneficial to a lot of people.
Yeah, and Happy New Year, guys. Enjoy your break if you're having it. For those that are working through, credit to you. You go on the big lift.
Yep.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone does have to
we
do
hope you
it.
still have a great New Year and that we all can kick some goals and achieve everything we wanted for 2023. So
fucking oath.
Year of the froth.
Thank you, Darcy.
Thank
as
you,
well.
Josh.
It's been a spectacular. It's been a funny year.
It's been a very funny year.
It's been fucking scat.
It's been so scat.
As always, guys, this fucking podcast wouldn't be here without Darcy because I definitely would not have the drive to do it.
Thank you.
To actually edit it and do all that. There's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes that Darcy probably doesn't get as much credit for as what he needs. So, yeah, without him, we wouldn't have the podcast and you wouldn't listen to this every week because, there's no fucking way I'd be doing it every week.
Thank you, mate.
So,
Appreciate it.
It's credit to him. So hopefully we can reap the rewards next year.
And on that, I'll be taking a full break between this podcast coming out and us going back. So don't expect much happening on the socials or anything.
Very quiet socials.
Yeah, we're going dark.
Yeah.
We're getting unproductive.
I'm going to be naked on a beach.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking sick. I want to come back with a tan cock.
I was going to say, that's exactly what we said before we started, was we want to come back with a tan. We didn't talk about the cockle region.
Yeah, but it's going to happen. I'd like a tan sphincter.
I'm scared because it's never really seen sun. So
you
know when you get those areas that never have seen sun and they might peel.
Yeah, they might peel or get like boiled.
I don't have too much to shed down there.
No. Fuck. I'd be down to bone pretty much instantly.
Little thimble.
But not bone in a good way, like actual brittle, hard bone.
I don't think there's any bones in the cock.
Yeah, no. I'm just trying to explain like how far down
Sure, I get it. Yeah, just painting a picture.
Yeah.
Picasso.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, we've got to be thankful we got no bones in our dick. Otherwise I would have broken mine multiple times. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next year. Have a good new year. Fucking keep on keeping on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.